Alrighty here. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. But not good morning, because if you're a place where it's good morning, well, I won't say we don't want you here. We totally want you here. We want everyone here. Tell us what time it is if it's not afternoon or evening. Hey, how about that? Let's do a little audience participation. Bang Average League, League 6, Week 2. Two A division matchups to start. There is a third match that got added last second. I don't remember if that's A, B, or C. I think it's Warren Hasida, potentially. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. We'll find out in 2 matches' time. As it is, let's see. Doing things a little bit differently here. As you see, I'm not in the normal City League booth, which is currently in complete shambles and disarray. So doing it from the other darts room in the house. If every room in the house is a darts room basically here. We'll see how long this lasts. Basically, my desk collapsed yesterday, so trying to get all this stuff going as quickly as possible. Standings, we've got them here for the A division. So let's see, who did I say is playing in this matchup? It's Hadlington and it's Johnson. I believe in the opposite order. I think Hayden is player 1. Hadlington is the guest here. You see them down in that 9 and 11 positions there on our tables. By this point, if you're watching this, you know how to read a table. You know how the Premier League works. We can move on to the match preview. Look at how these players have been doing so far through 3 matches for Hayden, 2 for Carl. So we see a big disparity in the averages there, as with the first 9, as with the doubling. But interestingly enough, that power scoring favoring Hayden. So perhaps, as I've said before, a tale of doubling. We've got the split screen view up here for the players. As you see, Hayden from Dudley, Carl from Cradley Heath, whatever all that means. Players have corked. They are ready. Gentlemen, if you're good to go, shoot 'em well. Game on.
All the best, mate.
All the best, John out.
Best of 8 here in the A division. So players racing to 5 legs for a win.
100.
Or 4-4 for a draw in the match. A couple folks joining us already here in the chat. Josh Congraw, good evening. Barney Boy giving the old wave. Dave Cromat, good evening. Congraw, RIP the darts booth.
28.
The darts booth is dead. Long live the darts booth is what I say. I had been teasing the idea of an office remodel anyway.
11.
I want to get a motorized standing desk. I want to do some built-ins, and I want to kind of build out the City League set a little bit more in there beyond just like that black wall and backboard that I put up there. I would have preferred to have been able to do that at my own pace, at my own convenience. Especially since we're in the middle of a bunch of other very expensive home projects. But I think my hand might have just been forced. So, Mad Matt Crescent, if you are listening here, we might be picking that conversation back up sooner than later. With all the free time I'm sure you have.
27.
So a bit of a slow start here for these players through 4 visits, still in those mid-300s.
Come on, 26.
You've heard me say it before. I will say it again. Something about stream jitters. Something about getting accustomed. Something about the pressure. Good darts there from Carl, though. Interesting. I think it's be 105 with those bottoms, and then 125, I think, if you add in the top one. 48, 57, and 20, I believe, gets you to 125.
125.
Darts.
I'm not sure which of those hit their intended target, but it's a big score nonetheless. Doesn't really matter. The darts is not a call shot game. The darts are not a call shot game. What is the subject verb agreement rule? I don't know. It's so frustrating. Oh, unfortunate third dart there from Hayden. I thought for sure he was going to get at least a ton in there. Ooh, and Carl opening up with a nice treble of his own. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like maybe some very, very early on stream jitters just from game on. And then Tops, tops.
Oh,
Ooh. How about the James Wade? How about
90.
not? Oh, good look for Hayden there. Who will have a look at double five. And that look will not
40.
be particularly pressured. Could even make a case for splitting it at 2, but we all know I wouldn't do that.
Gaming one.
We all know I probably wouldn't do
Oh,
that
nice.
either,
Oh,
if I may be so honest. Not bold, just honest.
59.
Couple more folks joining us here in the chat. Dylan Ton 80. Big Hayden Johnson fan saying, come on, Hatters lad.
95.
Leanne Turner in here. Come on, Daddy. Carl from his loving daughter, Cherry Blossom.
96.
Kevin Farrow joining us. Gone the Sword. Black County Baldies. I hope that's not some outrageously offensive thing I just said on stream.
28.
And apologies if you hear my wife in the background.
13.
She's of the impression that her day job is more important than our dart stream. I know. I'll deal with it later. Oh, great third dart there from Hayden. So Hazing teasing
30.
an advantage swap here. Could definitely take the darts in this leg with this visit, but not if he starts off with a single 12.
18.
57.
That was about the minimum that Carl needed there to try to stay just a nose ahead
Oh, my.
in
19.
this, his first leg on the throw. Sarcardist joining us. What up, guys? What up, Sarcardist?
39.
Apparently, Hadlington spreading the good word among his friends, suggesting
27.
folks such as Dylan180 in the chat join this league. Could not recommend it enough. Bang Average League is a fantastic group of folks, fantastic group of players. Not that they're all fantastic at the darts, but they're fantastic people who happen to be dart players. Lots of online leagues cropping up over these last 12 months or so. Bunch of ways to get involved, bunch of different time zones, bunch of different protocols, standards, formats, divisions, player calibers, all, just everything.
106.
The blessing and the curse of the darts. Meanwhile, I'm missing that setup there from Carl. Fantastic stuff to put him on double 8.
41.
For just a hold. A little bit overcorrection on the second.
8 scored.
And he shouldn't be too concerned about that. Sitting on 8 with your opponent at 149.
43.
Double 4 outside. Double 4 outside. Can he stack? No. I thought he would have continued down that line with that third. Would have found it right in the heart of that double 4. Unfortunately, coming in a bit short and to the right. Oh, and way off on that treble 18 attempt there. I think finding that treble 4. Believe so.
74.
Yeah, fantastic setup there from 74 to set up 32 with that treble 14 on that third dart. Oh, and doubling himself around the board, and the Madhouse goes well inside a very tight third dart there. Double 16 now for the steal after this was looking all Hadlington all day. Double 12. The Gerwin Price special.
8 score.
Not so special for Hayden. Dylan 180 asking if there's any recommendations for a phone holder or a tablet
All
holder.
scored.
I will double check our website here before I say if this is right. I've published so many websites on the topic in the last 12 months. I just don't remember what all is what. The double 12s are not getting
That was cool.
close enough. That third one was certainly close. Carl, who is going to get through it here? This is a war of attrition at this point.
Two
We're
scored.
no longer at the point of who wants it. We're at the point of who refuses to get through the door least. And other confusing sentences. 15 remaining.
No score.
So anyway, if you've heard any good jokes lately,
No score.
I will pull up this website and see if this guide is still up. Yes. Okay. Okay, so if you are looking for a device on a remote setup, there you go.
Sorry, mate.
And Hayden finally getting through the door there.
Got
Ate the hard way to set up double 8.
a
Yikes. Well, it's a break a throw. Hayden with an early lead here. 2-0 with the darts. It's leg 3.
41.
So the link I just put in the chat, guide.quarantinedarts.com, or you can just go to quarantinedarts.com and click on the link to the remote setup guide. That should tell you everything you need to know about hardware, software, tripods, tablets,
55.
camera placement, all that good stuff.
83.
I should know. I've got closets full of gear that I have run through and all of my hardware
59.
experiments. All sorts of different tablets, phones, webcams.
30.
Tripods, clamps, stands, everything. You name it, I've bought it.
34.
I like 719s from 133. I think Carl does as well.
79.
Did I say from 133 or 303? 719s for 133 from 303. So, however that ended up coming out, I don't know.
70.
60.
30.
How about a 164 here to spice things up? To break back, not going to happen. Plenty of time, but we've said that before, haven't we?
26.
If I recall correctly, it didn't go too well for Hayden or for Hadlington that time.
44.
Potentially even more room in this leg. And it would be a break to get right back on throw. Of course, Carl still with the disadvantage. Well, you know, it's not a disadvantage, though, of having lost the cork, is it? Because it's an even number of legs. So if it goes to a last leg decider, Carl's got the darts.
100.
So advantage for the cork in the momentum to start, but not in the end in a last leg decider.
31.
All right, well, Hayden getting closer here. Carl's still back at 80. So letting Hayden in the door a bit more here. 71 left, I think. And unable to find that treble 13 to set up double 16, but does put a lot of pressure. I think it's tops now.
43.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, be math aware to me in the booth, thinking that 30 is 40.
33.
Some other folks joining us here. Please help me with the pronunciation here.
Top.
Oh,
Second
wow. A
place.
funky,
Sorry.
funky way to take out 37. How about go high on your first single 5 attempt, then hit the treble, then correct it with a 22.
Don't smack the line.
But a break's a break. Carl gets the point, no matter how hard he made it for himself. In fact, I might even want to give him 2 points, give him 2 legs for that one. So who else in the chat? Partly pronunciation here. If I get this wrong, Sana Begum. That's the best I can do for that one for now. Laura Butterworth joining us here. Giving some camera or scoreboard arm suggestions. Will Tuttle joining us. Throwing down a vote for the 60-inch Amazon Basics tripod. I'll +1 that.
Come on. 17.
You know what else I'll +1 is cold brew coffee on nitro from Lazarus Brewing on 6th Street. Oh, yes, that's what that
46.
sound is. Hasn't quite been cold brew weather for a few months here. Forgot the taste.
32.
Oh, it's a delicious taste. So good start for Carl. Back up to 20s. Very math aware here, Carl. I'm pretty impressed. I think every time I've commented from even over 300 on a kind of math awareness implication for targeting, Carl has been right on top of it.
23.
Come on now. 31.
$60.
60 with 2 flights for Carl. So we'll be in a checkout range first. We'll be
26.
into checkout range by a mile first. What's it gonna be? When you don't know me. Oh no, I think just 47.
33.
Oh no, it was just 2 17s, not 4 of them.
$57.
131. What do you say, Carl? 51, 40, 40? What a
91.
setup. Fantastic. Sitting on 40 with your opponent on 254 and counting down. Carl just jumping right back into this match.
43.
A couple funky opening legs. Especially that second one. Oh,
30.
having his way around the first 2 is Carl before finding the double 5 a little bit high. Oh, careful here for Hayden. Got to be careful of the math. I think he might want a 19 again here. Oh, no, he did.
No score.
And Carl wanted to split it there. I think.
What's going on here? 17.
Double 5 again here. The split again. Oh, the split. I'm missing the first start every time.
2 scored.
Well, is this going to be history repeating itself? Carl with turn after turn after turn at a double.
47.
Only for Hayden to crawl back. Steal it away. Double 4. It's not looking inspiring. It's not looking inspiring here. Don't know what the intention was with that first start.
Oh, this is terrible. 26. Broadway.
Decent first one at the double two. Over compensated.
2 scored.
Back to the madhouse here. Meanwhile, Hayden hoping to set up at least a shot at the bullseye. He will take 2 at double 12, though. And he will need them, and he will use them to his full advantage. Coming back again. Oh, you could almost see it coming. As Carl halved his way down from 40 with Hayden way back at 250, whatever the heck I said. Oh, you could almost feel it.
100.
And you wonder if some of that doubling in that second leg is starting to get to Carl here. Maybe some wavering confidence.
100.
The scoring portion, I mean, like we've seen, he is just screaming down. As I say that, of course, Hayden goes back-to-back tons here to open up here in leg 5. But wow, gotta feel it for Carl.
84.
Won't be another ton.
41.
$140.
I thought that's what was on there for Carl. Fantastic grouping there to get himself back into this leg. Remind Hayden this match is not over, and in fact, Hayden has not even secured a point yet. He will need to get a 4th leg to guarantee himself 1 point for the effort here.
15.
He's certainly in position to do that. 76 ahead with the darts.
82.
81.
Tops. Oh, a little bit high. Good setup for Hayden, though. All the pressure on this 155. That's not going to go. So Hayden, to guarantee himself
81.
1 point for the match. Worst he would be able to do is a 4-4 draw if this 40 converts. 2 pretty bad looks at it, and did not correct it enough on the third. Oh, bust that double 8 into the double 11. Hit the 42 with the first start. Missed the double 16 inside. Missed the double 8 high.
Oh dear. That was cool.
And Hayden falling way short. I mean, some of these doubles are just way off. 20 for tops now. Could be a blocker. But it's
Checking
not.
play.
Somehow finding a angle right over that thing is Carl. Staying in this match, not going silently into that good night. Back on throw again. Guess who's back? Back again. Hellington's back. Back on throw again. I didn't plan out that wrap too carefully.
60.
So, 26.
60s on down here from Carl will continue to put him into a good spot to
81.
stay on hold here. Take a look at our stats.
101.
Good stuff there from
Darts.
Hayden. 101 the weird way. 36-5, 60. So, yeah,
76.
pretty comparable stuff here. in the averages at least. But wow, look at that finishing and then the power scoring difference. That's the match
45.
right there, isn't it? You know, Carl's been steady, I guess, with the 60s and 80 somethings. And then
100.
it's just a matter of getting down to that finish and converting it that has been the Achilles heel for him.
38.
So, reminder, this is the first of 3 matchups we have for you this evening, this afternoon, this 2.5 hour
I
time
do
window. I hate time zones. So who do we have next?
31.
I really should update the calendar booking system to include names,
81.
but that's my own fault. Oh, right. Oh, an exciting matchup. We got Damian Tinlin going up against multi-time bang average champion Paddy Burke.
31.
And that's going to be coming up following the conclusion of this match. Carl still looking for that double 10. Oh, and then
15.
finds a single 15. How many times have we seen this? Carl racing ahead and then getting into these tough positions.
27.
So I like the thinking from Hayden there. Wanted 69 to get down to 170
No,
or 160, I guess it was. I think he wanted 25-25 after that 19 hit on the first start.
6.
All right, can Carl set it up this time? That leaves the Madhouse. Oh, wow!
Checking 2.
That's how you do it.
Trouble 1, double 1. Like
Oh,
it's his
God.
job, not letting it get. Well, I mean, it still got a little bit untidy. It got pretty untidy there, but he didn't let it devolve like the others have. So, best of 2 match. We will go to a last leg decider. This will go all 8.
43.
Will Carl have the darts to win, or will Carl have the darts to draw?
99.
That's what we're playing this one to find out.
59.
Kevin asking if I can say something for the lads, which I don't know what it is or how to pronounce. So I'll go ahead and punt that one and get some more
99.
context. And maybe next stream we can bring that one in.
39.
Also, not sure if you mean the lads as in people watching or the lads as in the players, as the players are not able to hear me. I assume you meant all the
82.
millions of fans joining us in the chat and around the world. They're probably screaming. They're screaming fans, right? Like y'all are sitting at home screaming.
40.
Once again, Carl marching down to checkout range first
100.
with a huge margin in between. Once again, I have no idea if that means he has the advantage in this leg.
41.
1-2-1. What's it going to be? I would love a 25 here for a start. I'm not going to get it.
22.
I like a 25 there for a start because, like, you're putting us on 279. What are you going to go for 51.50 if you hit the big 20? Like, come on. I mean, come on.
91.
It'll be closer, but not checkout range. Oh, wow. Meanwhile, I'm seeing Carl shot at a 20 for 99. Oh, boy. Oh,
67.
you bad man. Wow, and he does find that triple 18 or triple 16 for the look at the double thereof. From 80. Took the 16s route. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
No
But
score.
he knew what he was doing. I won't call it bad math. I'll just call it a decision I might not have made myself in the same situation. Meanwhile, again, I don't know how Hayden found himself on this bogey.
46.
Outside,
24.
inside, inside. History repeating itself. Will Carl have the darts for the win or for the draw? He can answer that question right now.
No score.
Decent third dart, suffering from a deflection, getting knocked into that second one. The first one just way out of the picture the whole way. The 91 is on. Too much
71.
adrenaline in that first dart. I don't like the pace in that switch from that 51 up to tops. I think it was a little bit too rushed there from Hayden. Meanwhile, Carl
No
clipping
score.
outside every single time there. Good efforts. Those three were much better than many of the doubles we've seen from him. But advantage now back to Hayden.
$50.
Madhouse, he
Six, four.
goes. Carl took this out last leg. Treble one, double two. How about Hayden? It's one for double two. Oh, there he goes. So it's going to be Carl with the darts for the hold here. Is this going to be a point split, or is Hayden going to sneak away with both of these? Carl's
100.
inclined to say one apiece. And
45.
Damien and Patty, if you're watching, now would be a good time to make sure you're warmed up, your camera's all set up on the tripod, as you will be getting a Skype call pretty darn soon.
52.
See, Dylan heading out here.
29.
Something about a meeting. The rest of it confuses me. But
51.
glad you were able to stop in for a little bit. Hope you enjoyed the action. Seems like you did. Maybe we'll see you on the camera one of these days. Next season,
41.
registration details probably coming up in like 4 weeks, 5 weeks.
82.
So I'll be posting information about that here on YouTube, and you can find that on Twitter as well.
Cool.
Follow Inside the
47.
WDF or the Weekly Darts Cast there for all of your bang average news and updates and fantastic darting content from all around the world. The pro levels, the amateur levels. You want it, they've got it.
28.
Well, what do you all know? Carl is way ahead again here
28.
as we sneak down into checkout range.
$85.
Right.
Fantastic
60.
setup from Carl. Will it matter this time? Can he find the timing?
30.
Don't have your way around the board is the suggestion I have. He doesn't.
Checking 2.
Heeds the advice.
Oh, man.
Gets through the door, game shot, and the split match, the draw between Johnson and Hadlington here. Wow, that was exciting. I really got down to it. Little split breaks there. Let's turn these players down. So, yeah, good stuff. Just the doubling woes as we have all seen and experienced before. Hate to see it, but it makes for some pretty exciting drama as we get down into those 30 plus whatever dark count legs. Or they feel like 30 plus sometimes. They might be like 21s, but when the player starts at like a 15 darter chance for a double, it sort of feels like a 35 or 40 darter, even if you get to like 24 and check it out. Anyway, I'm going to get set up here for the next matchup. Sit tight. We'll have Tinlin and Burke coming up after no messages because I don't have ads running yet, but after something. Cheers.
You scored 300s and your dad deserved to lose.
Oh no.
Welcome back. Match number 2 coming up here. We can go ahead and skip the standings. We'll take a look at that afterwards. So another League A, Division A matchup here featuring Damian Tinlin and Patrick Burke. Damian with 3 matches under his belt, Patrick with 2 so far. Fantastic averages, good first nines, over 20% doubling from both these players. Fantastic power scoring. Too long didn't read. A lot to look forward to in this matchup here. I'm excited for it. You're excited for it. The players are excited for it. The players have corked. I think they are ready to go. Gentlemen, shoot 'em well. Game on.
Best of luck.
So I didn't quite know that the averages were that high from these two already in the season. That's pretty exciting. We will see if that translates here on stream. I believe Damien's had one match on
41.
in week 1, and I don't think we've seen Patrick yet here in League 6.
60.
So just a reminder to players, if you're watching this and you play in the Bang Average League, you might notice that we don't have locations for these two here. So we get that location information from your Darts Atlas profile. So if you go to edit your profile in Darts Atlas, there's a little location field there.
Shaft there, both.
Yeah, no problem.
That was a good start. All right.
Not sure what that was about. Maybe some dart surgery. Anyway, yeah, put your player location in your Darts Atlas profile. Coming soon, your Skype ID will go there as well, which will simplify things. And for Zoom leagues, we'll do something with Zoom as well, some integration.
59.
And for those of you who are familiar with the Slack integration with Darts Atlas for running leagues and communities on Slack, we will also have some pretty advanced broadcasting and
47.
video chat integrations coming there as well, on top of the existing registration and check-in and calendaring and all that other stuff that's already been brought into your Slack community. Bit of a slow start here, like we saw in the last game. But also, like we saw in the last game, I do expect that pace to pick up, expect the scoring to pick up a bit once these players find their legs here. It wasn't even supposed to be a pun. Brilliant.
100. Cheers, thank you.
So it's Burke into checkout range first here. Nothing between these players, though.
$61.
Don't think I like 19's first start there, but
99.
Cheers.
ooh. Nothing going right for
40.
Patrick that visit. Uh-oh. I don't know if it's double 16 or 17. It's 17 now with one scored with the first. Oh no, 18 the very, very, very hard way for Damien. And all of a sudden, the money's shifted to Patrick.
Secondary.
Yeah, check.
One outshot attempt. One outshot hit. 100% on the doubles for the match so far. Damien's certainly frustrated not to have gotten a look from 50 there.
60.
But at the same time, he didn't miss a double. So, you know, silver linings and whatnot.
41.
Who knows where that first start was from Patrick?
$85.
$60.
$77.
Yeah, fantastic move down to the bottom there for Damien. Really great grouping with those last two.
58.
Don't like that 3-4-2 leave. The ton 80 sets you up on 162. No way to get to a checkout for 3-4-2,
97.
which is not the case with 3-4-4. Or even 3-3-6 if you want to go down to the 25 for that third dart, but just not the 19s.
41.
Good switch there with 107 remaining. Pressure here from 301.
140.
Can set up the 161. Not the 121, but he will take the 161. Or will he? Double 10.
68.
All right, a chance here for Paddy for an early break. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be anything at all. Will he switch the 25s here? He will
65.
indeed. I like it. I like it a lot. Will it matter? Will he actually save himself a dart with that 96 set up instead of 101? I'll be interested to see what he does if he hits a single 20 here. If it's double 18 for tops or maybe a couple double 19s. Doesn't matter, I think, because it's one for double 18. I think it's another one for double 18.
Paddy, mine.
And it's a worse one for double 18 with that third dart going well outside the marker set from the first one. Now it's all advantage to Damien.
Into.
And he takes that advantage. Holds his throw against the multi-time Bang Average League champion, Paddy Burke. This Damien's first season playing in the Bang Average League, if I recall correctly. Making his presence known here.
100.
Tidy little 23 darter there.
41.
Again, we expect these numbers to continue to go down as we get more and more into this match. Players playing off their overall averages and well off their first 9. Meanwhile, some doubling issues there for Damien. But also Patrick has missed 2 since taking out that, whatever it was, first chance of asking, or
60.
first chance, first time of asking. I don't know. All these darts words and the English sport commentary phrases, I'm still working on them.
60.
Uncharacteristic spread of these darts on Paddy's side. Not used to seeing quite the spread.
60.
$60.
60.
And another reminder, this is a triple header this afternoon. We were wrapped up with match 1 a little bit earlier, went to a last leg decider. That was a
41.
matchup between Hayden Johnson and Carl Hadlington in the A division here. This is our second matchup. Another A division bout.
60.
And we will wrap up the evening, the afternoon, the morning, depending, with a match that I'm pulling up now. Nope, this is not the right one.
59.
This is the right one. I believe that's going to be Bradley Warren and Neiman Hasida. I just confirmed this. I am correct. In the opposite order, though. Neiman, the home player. Bradley on the right side of the screen. That'll be coming up immediately following the conclusion of this matchup here. How about tops for Patrick?
36.
Oh, almost finding it in the same spot as that first leg. Just a bit high. Fantastic effort from the combination finish. Can Damian do any better from 74? Not with that attitude, he can't. I mean, from 78, 74 now. Ooh, double seven. I mean, why?
In 3.
Well,
Your
I guess
darts,
that's
finish.
why.
Jazz.
I mean, I don't have to like it, I guess. I don't know. Alex or Andrew, if you're watching, we need to have a talk about that. I mean, 60 from 74. Come on.
41.
I don't, I didn't. That's not what I signed up for here. I'll get over it. I'm a professional. I'll grow up. Shelby, Damian just went from 74, 60, double seven,
Wow.
like with 2 darts in hand.
41.
I know.
Is that good or bad?
It's bad. Shelby, be math aware.
I am like the closest
35.
$43.
45.
How are these averages looking here? Getting up there a little bit on the overall average, but wow, those first nines still lagging back. I mean,
60.
didn't we see like 70-somethings for them? 25% checkouts is about on their season average.
122.
Well, meanwhile, I was just going to say that there's not been a single score of a ton or better for Damian. Swear, I was just taking a breath to say exactly that.
140.
Wow, fantastic there from Patrick. To get back into this leg, he was way, way out of range.
41.
And just a ton on that visit would not have done it for Patty. He really needed 7 of those 20s.
$81.
I want more of this cold brew. Oh, it's so good. Yep, did not mean to toggle that back on.
45.
Congra saying Shelby sounds disgusted with that
78.
process of events. I wish that she was math aware enough to be disgusted. Speaking of disgusted,
24.
Was that first start thrown at 20s there from 122? Was that first start thrown at 20s from 122? I actually did look for the math aware PSA earlier today, and I couldn't find it on my hard drive. I think it's on an external disk. I need to bring that back into these casts because, wow, do we need a disclaimer here? Damien from slightly downtown. How does he want to try to tackle the 78? in a very on-brand fashion is how he wants to tackle the 78. Which is weird because he had 78 last leg and he threw the first dart at the 18s correctly.
Shot.
And, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see if that season 7 invitation gets lost in the mail. As it is there, Patrick puts this back on hold with a break.
$60.
So Bradley Warren join us with a wave in the chat. Howdy, Bradley. Hopefully you're warming up while you're watching and listening.
45.
Danny McNamara saying good darts, Patty. Well, even though he didn't put it in his profile, I do know that Paddy is playing out of
85.
Claremorris, Ireland, County Mayo. Damien, I suspect, is not.
70.
Looks like a
53.
funky 53 there from Paddy, who might be trying to load up on 19s when he steps back up to the Aki.
60.
Oh, Bradley warming up with a beer. What kind of beer are you drinking, Bradley?
95.
Oh, almost finds the ton 33 to set up the big fish. Does Paddy. Woo, he wanted it.
100.
Earth.
Will Duddle said he's technically working for 2 hours, but as soon as those 2 hours are up, he will be doing the same.
60.
So into checkout range first is Paddy. Damien, if you throw a 60 and not a 59, I will never forgive you.
88.
You know, I just don't know if that was intentional or not. I guess the 16 would have also left a finish, so that's, yeah, anyway. Okay, Damien. Maybe you're redeeming yourself a little bit here.
21.
Maybe there's hope for you yet, young lad.
100.
127, can you do it? He's got it in him. Can he bring it out today? Can afford that miss if he hits a treble 19, which he doesn't.
59.
So 6-10 split or right at it. Right at it. Right at it. Now the wall is building. Oh, wow. He found
Good
himself
Good job.
a
Good
little
finish.
path around the right side there. He is Damien. Hear him roar. Paddy, you've been officially put on notice here. Going back down the break now, Damien with the darts to guarantee himself a point in the match.
60.
As predicted, these dart counts are working their way down. 22 the previous leg from Paddy, 21 that one from Damien. Using the full 7 visits.
58.
There we go. That's a little bit better. But just crazy, crazy how the overall averages keep on climbing while the first 9s are just struggling to get out of that mid-50s range. Meanwhile, creeping up closer toward the 30%
100.
in the doubling. No maximums yet. I think just maybe one sweat here in this match. Maybe not even, though.
100.
Earth.
Ooh, a Foster's, says Bradley Warren. Well, it is
60.
Australian for beer. Whatever that means.
$44.
So I'm taking a couple months off of drinking until my birthday. I'm hoping to get some free weight loss out of it. Just cut like 15 or 20 pounds and get into somewhat decent form again.
60.
Sure would be nice. Ooh, great treble 20 there.
99.
Fantastic setup there. Putting the pressure on this 156. Doesn't necessarily have to go, but has to get set up pretty well, you figure.
120.
Well,
Good job.
that's a way to do it.
$25.
Oh, yep. I'm just seeing a tweet here from inside the WDF that reminds me that something that Carl also tried to remind me of earlier. Ooh, not the double 9 there for Damien. One more chance.
18.
No, does not guarantee himself the point. So that last match featuring Hadlington and Johnson was the West Midlands Derby. I was supposed to say that on stream during the match. That's my fault. The West Midlands Derby. One of these days I'll have like match notes or season notes. But the honest truth is I
In
am
3.
more hip
Great darts, Damon. Great
on
darts.
the week-to-week of the Pro Tour than I am in the leagues that I broadcast and run and manage. I don't know why. Well, no, I do know why, because I spend all my time watching the PDC, or I spend all my time doing everything else around all the other leagues. And then every now and then, a couple minutes for playing a week. But I do it for this. I do it for the darts. I do it to spread the game, to get more people to know about it. I do it to show folks how fun this can be. I do it to show people how easy it can be to set this up yourself, to do your own dart streams, stream your own games, stream your friends' league matches. If you ever want to figure out how this is done, you want to do it yourself, feel free to hit me up at Matt Langen on Twitter. Throw a comment in the chat here. Go to broadcast.dartsatlas.com. You can read through a bunch of stuff there, get set up with some templates. Though pretty much every week that thing gets out of date, so feel free to ask me if anything looks weird or incorrect there. Never enough hours in the day. Wow, great 133 there.
133.
Filling up with 719s. Nice little snack there for Patrick.
72.
And he needed it. He was getting under pressure here on his throw. And he's got to go 2 for 2 to
57.
close out this match in order to salvage a point out of it. Damien's maybe not so inclined.
28.
Or maybe he is. 16 for tops for a proper last leg decider here.
Yeah, second
And
game.
the finishing
Yeah,
is
but
turning
like-
back around for Patty. Jeez. Was that 17 darts, I think? Bang, bang, finish. Didn't have to go to the full 18. Indeed. Wow. Good stuff. High quality affair. So what's it going to be? Damien throwing for the darts, or throwing for the match, I should say, has guaranteed himself 1 point. So no matter what, will be
82.
increasing his point tally on the season. Will it be by 1 or will it be by 2? Meanwhile, Patty not giving up here. Knows there's a point to be had. Knows that could be critical
47.
going into the end of the season. Could be critical going into playoff seeding implications. If there's players he perhaps wants to avoid.
Good darts.
Shit.
133.
719s like it's his job. Ridiculous.
60.
That's multi-time bang average champion Patty Burke for you. I mean, what else do you say about it? Yeah, why not 7 more? Why not 7 more? 133. I could just get like a soundboard clip here. Just press play every time we see that 7th, the 5th, 6th, and 7th 19 go in there. I have to have Patty record that for me later. Just a 19 shooting fool here.
95.
Oh, what's the matter, Patty? What happened to the other two?
17.
Where are the other 38, buddy? He wants 19s again to leave 36 here. Oh, no, he wants to set up the bull shot. Wanted to guarantee himself a shot at the bull.
3.
Unfortunately, he's on 678 here now. after finding 15 with the first. $66 left here now. 10s or 14s. So a chance for Damien here for 106. Not an easy
37.
chance. Definitely a chance under some duress. Treble 18 has to go. Honestly, I expected a treble 20 for double 13, but fortunately didn't have that.
42.
All right, so for the point cleanup here, to salvage this after being behind the whole match. Ooh, and the cleanup is most untidy.
Oh,
The
16.
cleanup is most untidy. 64 for 2 points. And maybe of equal importance for +2 for Damien is 0 for Patty. The double. Taking his time. Just inside. A really good look at it.
Unlucky.
Patty figuring no pressure. Walk through the door. Pop in this double 20 in the top right corner of that bed. Call it a day. Or move down to double 10. Or move across to double 7.
26.
Okay.
Finish line jitters to the left of me.
Okay,
Finish
unlucky.
line jitters to the right.
Good effort.
But here I am, stuck in the middle, waiting to get our next match queued
All right,
up.
David,
And
first.
now that is my permission. That is my green light to go
I didn't
through.
deserve that.
Patty finding that
That was you up all day.
ever funky.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Double 7 there. No one likes a double
I
7.
am.
No one likes a double 7 at all. Uh-oh. We lost. Looks like we lost the booth cam. That's disappointing. Maybe I'll set that up after some of these words. Anyway, yeah, good numbers there in the end. Looks like we did pop those first 9s up real nice. I mean, I swear up until like the through the 6th leg, those were both still below 60, I think. Those players really turning it up when it counted. Damien a bit off of his overall season doubling. I think we saw he was at about 27, I think, going into that match. So might be disappointed with that 19%. Meanwhile, Patty going a good bit over his season average. I think he was at about 23 or 24%. So some missteps, I think, for both of those players throughout. But overall, really good quality stuff there from both of them. We'll go ahead. Let's see. I'll bring this the stream back up. Let me just see if this. Yeah, no, that's definitely frozen. So I'll bring this hold screen back up. We'll put some music back on for y'all. Get this next match queued up. Maybe shake loose my booth cam and see y'all again in a few minutes. Cheers.
I gotta say, you hit it. What was it? 4
All right, we're back. I'm back. Booth is all fixed up. Everything's looking good. Preview time. Here we go. Standings. What are we looking at here? So, with that 1-1 split, Patty remains top of the table. Damien, of course, getting that point as well to join him up there toward the top at number 2 spot. Though remember, Patty does have a match in hand over Damien. That's Damien through 4, Patty through 3. Meanwhile, right there in that 2 spot, Dan Marshall just through 2 in hand. Holland 2 in hand. So I have a feeling that up and down the table here, we could have a lot of movement through. Oh, come on. Is the stupid thing keeps on freezing? That's crazy. I don't know why this booth cam keeps on messing up. I'll sort that out. Let's just move to the preview. That's frustrating. These players each through 2 matches. So they've finished up week 1. This is their first week 2 match. Good first 9s there. And, kind of similar disparities between the first 9 and the overall average from these players. Comparable double percentages with a slight advantage in the power scoring going to Neiman. Pull up the player cams. Everything's looking good here. The players have already corked. I think they are ready to go. Guys, if you're ready, shoot them well. Game on.
Yeah, all the best, Brad. Good luck.
What about you? Play well.
Yeah.
So, 3 matches this evening, 3 from the A division, so they're all going to be best of 8. So, I don't need to remind you all of that format. Oh, bounce out there for Neiman, only using 2 darts for his opening visit. So, well thrown one, too. Might not have been a treble 20, but certainly right in the heart of that bed.
59.
So, no nicknames on this match, I think. No derbies,
64.
no cups. Just a good old A division matchup here. Between 2 seasoned bang average veterans. Of the 6
41.
seasons so far, I figure these players have played more than half of them. So I'm pretty sure for all the Darts Atlas run seasons that both of these players have been participating, and this is the third or fourth?
64.
I don't know.
$66.
Mm-hmm. $41.
3 very well tight group darts there. But not a treble in sight. But Bradley is not putting too much pressure onto
45.
Neiman here, so Neiman can afford some of these slower starts, some of these lighter throws early on. But I don't think he can do that forever. And if I'm recalling correctly, big if, I think Bradley can be a little bit streaky. I think he might have some inconsistencies that he deals with some of the throwing. I think he might be someone who can come out and throw like a 50 or come out and throw like a 65. Or I'm completely wrong about that. Like I said, I'd probably tell you more about the Pro Tour players.
45.
Even like 65 to 128, I could probably tell you a little bit more about than a lot of the players whose matches I broadcast.
$59.
But if anyone knows a neat app to give you more than 24 hours in the day, please let me know. I will pay absolutely anything. Yeah, Sarcardist commenting on Neiman's board. Not the first time we've heard a call for a new board there for Neiman. And you can tell he rotates it. Definitely not a question of rotation at all. But the funny thing is, I don't really think I've seen any bounce outs or like dropouts. I mean, that first visit he had in this leg, that wasn't like a dead board issue. That was just a slap off of a flight, crack onto the floor. I don't really think we've seen dropouts. So as long as it still holds the dart, he will continue to be able to throw really good darts with it, on it. Good look at the 25. Was unable to find it, but you gotta love the strategy. Oh boy.
5, 6.
You have to love the strategy. You don't have to love the outcome. I won't force you to do that. So 4 19s for a bullseye here is going to be
40.
the task ahead of Neiman. Or 6 19s for a double 6. Or nothing, and it's 105 remaining. So Neiman will be on 70 here.
56.
As Bradley probably doesn't go 16s. I bet he goes 18s. Oh. I had too much faith. That's my fault. That's on me.
31.
Oh, 79 too, going 13s? Come on, man. Are you trying to not get a chance at a double? Be math aware. 18 for tops here for Neiman. He'll have a shot at it. Wow,
Yeah,
finds it
three.
in that right corner. A lot of players sneaking their opening double into that right side of the double 20 bed. Patty did it in the last match. Pretty sure someone did it in the first one as well. And it's Neiman through the door with an opening hold of throw. In this third and final bang average matchup of the day. If you like what you're seeing, we do this Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7 to 9 GMT. We also have another league, North American based, which you might be able to infer from my funny accent. Also 7 to 9 p.m., but Central Time, Central United States time. What time is that for you? Who knows? It changes every week. I can't keep track of it.
85.
But anyway, we do those too. So if you're a night owl, or if you're just in that time zone with us, join us, 79 Central US. More action here on City League YouTube, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Bang average 7 to 9 GMT. Quarantine League 7 to 9 Central Time US.
$16.
The math, the darts, the commentary, they all leave a bit to be desired. But it's not like you have many other options, let's be honest.
60.
Advantage fully Neiman here against the darts. 3 in hand and a 19-point advantage. Ooh, and that's not a good way to hold on to that advantage here. We'll see if Bradley can leap back ahead here, looking for at least one treble.
Come on.
Just a 60 would not really do it.
41.
Ooh, Sarkardist in the chat saying they just replayed their board,
92.
replaced their board. It was getting bounce outs, and it had staples. And I think we all agree the most offensive part of it is that the colors were blue and red.
60.
Yeah, I know those boards. gross. Speaking of board colors, we can do a little education here on cameras and colors and how things are different and the same at the same time. Bradley and Neiman both playing on the exact same board,
60.
the Winmar Blade 5. Winmar, I don't know. Winmar. I hate saying it. Because I don't know how, but whatever. That one. Those segment colors are the exact same. Bradley's oranges are the same color as Neiman's. It's not like a red. It's like a fuchsia. It's like a strawberry or it's like pink of strawberry. It's like an aqua.
60.
Like a sherbet. I don't know. They're actually the same color, but the devices they're using, like the webcams they're using, and the lighting that's on them is making them look that different.
120.
Fantastic visit there from Neiman, who is fixing to get a break here and put some early hurting onto Bradley. Not the third dart he wanted there. So 74 for a 2-0 advantage, which is pretty sizable opening up in this best of 8 format. A little bit high on that attempt at tops. We will see if he will be punished here. 109 is the ask for Bradley. Does the right target? Actually, no, that wasn't the right target. 20s, because if you miss in the 7 or the 3, you're on a bogey. Bradley, it's 20s on 109. 20s. 20s and 20s only on 109. There is no other option. Please, nobody correct me in the chat telling me I'm wrong.
$20.
Big overcompensation on that third one for Neiman. Way too low. Pulled it down. So a chance here for Bradley. 18 would leave tops. It does leave tops. Wow. And it almost busts into the 60. What a nervy, nervy, nervy dart. Bradley left on 20. Neiman being asked the same. Answering nay at first. Answering nay at second. Answering nay all around. Did he light the way for Bradley? Let's see. That could be a really good marker. I don't think it was used, but it doesn't matter. With Bradley just narrowly escaping getting broken there on his first set of darts. Not the tidiest leg. Not the tidiest legs, plural, I should say, looking at both. Going 10+ visits. Better from Neiman. And yeah, big difference in some of these numbers here. Confusion both ways, but we'll get those big variances early just through 2 legs. We'll see what those will look like after 6 or 7. Of course, this match could just go 6 at this point. We could have a 5-1 victory from either of these players. Oh, as I think...
140.
Yeah, just a bit high with that third dart is Neiman. Was looking to fill up that those treble 20s. 3 fantastic darts. And a good response from Bradley there. Doesn't catch him up all the way, but definitely gets him closer.
$16.
All right, so catching back up in the chat. 109. I claim 20s.
21.
Someone give me an alternative. King Raj saying I'm wrong. King Raj also suggesting that we have a whiny kid in the background nagging one of the players. It helps. I could have used a little more help from me earlier this morning, but I do appreciate what help I did get from it, which I do believe was not nothing. So maybe next time I should anticipate sending a shipment of juice boxes up across the border. Try to bribe some family members into distracting my opponents whilst we play. I'm not above it. I'm definitely not above it.
$100.
$140.
All right, maybe that Shanghai leave for Bradley will make Neiman think about this double 8. Ooh, almost a bust, but finds that single in the corner, affords himself that chance at the double 4, which he takes right away. Very tidy 17. Stupid tidy, incredibly tidy 17 darter there. That's a bit more like it. 2 through 10, Neiman is not
60.
going to be happy with those doubling numbers, but perhaps on the path to correct those here. Meanwhile, Bradley, 1 to 3 is not terrible, but you need to have more than 3 attempts at a double, 3 darts at a double through 3
66.
legs to stay competitive here. Especially if your opponent is going to start throwing some 6-visit legs.
43.
Wow.
180.
Especially if your opponent is going to be throwing a ton 80s as well. Fantastic response there from Bradley to get this thing tied back up. Unfortunately, he's supposed to have the darts this leg, but Neiman has swept them out from under him.
$41.
$100.
Just puts Bradley back in front by a nose, but a lone big trouble here from Neiman would undo that.
$100.
$41.
Neiman still staying ahead by a nose here. He's probably thinking he doesn't have to take this 114, but he does want to set it up. Oh, and misses that treble 18 by a good margin.
40.
Well, not what he wanted to leave. Neiman definitely wanted to be around 60 or 57. And
99.
that's some pressure for Bradley to set up an 18. Anyway, 74 on the left. 20. Tops.
34.
18 inexplicably set up here from Bradley. And that's all I will say about it.
No score.
Why? tops again.
Yeah, check. Game in 1.
All right, 3-1 lead. A break here for Neiman means he is throwing to guarantee himself a point for the match. So if he gets to 4 legs, the worst he can do is a 4-4 draw. But certainly looking for all 2 of the points available in this match. Needs to get the 5 legs to do it.
100.
Oof. Violence
21.
on the Warren board that visit. I should clarify on the Bradley Warren board that visit. Brother Oliver also playing in the Bang Average League with us.
16.
I believe there's another sibling set. Is it Marshall's?
41.
I don't know. Too many leagues, too many links to look through to answer that question. But if anyone knows, let me know if there's a second set of siblings. Wow.
121.
Power scoring from Neiman here in leg 5. Goodness, he's on a tear. Ridiculous. It's like a 93 average, like a 93 first 9 here for Neiman. Belligerent darts. Nice tidy 60 here, sets up 160. You know he's wanting more than that, though. We might not get it. Doesn't get it. 20, treble 3, or treble 1, single 19. Nope, that's a treble 20. Yeah,
81.
little English on that second dart. Kind of hook it around the first one that found the 1. So how close is this 178 going to get? Ooh, pretty darn.
95.
Okay, it's 90. Okay. Yep, 98. Going for treble 20. That's good.
41.
For some reason, I was thinking it was something. I don't know. Ooh, could be tops here, but probably doesn't want to risk losing. Oh, no, it does go tops. Okay. Oh, tops, pop for Neiman. Didn't need to, but playing some exhibition stuff here. Ever the Showman. I'm pretty sure that's not the first time we've seen him do something like that. I'm pretty sure we've seen Neiman, whether in Bang Average League or in Quarantine League, go 20 tops for a ton.
41.
Oh, chills. Just chills down my spine. Love it. I mean, come on, right? Is there just anything better than going up with like a 99, right? I mean, 83 is the same thing, but 99, 19 tops, 83, 3 tops. Oh, it's just so awesome.
95.
I mean, I'm sure Neiman wouldn't have minded 51 double 16, but whew, you hit that 3. Go ahead and play the exhibition. Speaking of the exhibition, how about a maximum for Bradley to try to get back into this match? Well-timed maximum to keep himself out ahead in what has to be a critical hold of throw. It doesn't have to be. It just is. It just will be a critical hold of throw. Do or die here from here on out. Neiman needs 1 out of the next 3 legs to win the match. Meanwhile, Bradley needs all 3 to eke out a point here.
60.
Lots of tight matches. It's exciting in the best of 8 format. I don't think we've seen many runaways with it here. I think we've seen a good number of leg 8s.
16.
One more of those would be acceptable.
45.
$83.
I don't know what to expect here. I feel like this leg could still go either way. Ooh, but that certainly helps Bradley. 95 remaining for him.
140.
Yeah, you know, from 95 in that position, I really don't mind hitting the treble 20 there, because I just don't think there's a lot of value in hitting 57 to set up 38, because I think if you go up to 38 in this position, in this leg, your first start is not going into double 19, it's going to 610. So, like, why burn the dart and make the switch anyway? If you think you're locked in on those 20s, just throw it to 20. Wow.
Danger.
He gets paid for it. Bradley, fantastic wrap up to that leg. Came in with some huge scores. Kept Niemann well outside of opportunity there. So maybe that's the turnaround that Bradley needed here to right this ship. He's got 2 legs left to do it. They're both going to have to go for him to get a point out of this. But Niemann is the first to speak.
100.
And he speaks well.
60.
So good stuff, real good stuff for Niemann there. 65 and a 76. Bradley not too far behind, but far behind enough. See really good power scoring from both these players as well, both with a maximum. Look at those
85.
ton 40. Look at those high tons from Bradley. Great stuff, but perhaps the biggest number to look at here is in the overall chances at the double. Niemann with over twice as many looks as Bradley has gotten. That's a tough way to win a darts match if you're on the wrong side of that equation. If you're on the wrong side of that equation, basically your doubling rate has to be
78.
twice as good as your opponent. And it might be easy to do if you're playing me. It's not easy to do against players like these two.
60. Oh, straight off the list.
$81.
No doubt Niemann wants to win this with the big ol' 157.
Days, Bradley. 41.
Oh, funky little
Ooh.
38
78.
with that third dart for Niemann. So happy little accident, we'll call that.
$100.
Good odds.
79 for a potential 17 darter. Potential 18 darter if this 60 goes. Tops for the match is way off.
44.
It's forgivable with Bradley way back at 216, but it ain't pretty.
$32.
No pressure on this 35, but sometimes that can be a bad thing. Double 16 for the match. Double 8 for the match.
19.
Will there be pressure? Survey says no. Oh, goodness. And just fortunate to leave himself on a finish there. Could have very well ended up on a bogey. Will it matter? Maybe.
No score.
What a way to stay in this match this would be. So it'll be double eight again.
What? Is the pulling is stupid? 20.
Is double eight becoming a nemesis here? Or can Neiman let the double eight into his heart? Can he let it? No. Again, you know, these aren't like dropouts. These are just darts that are getting backboarded off of the darts that are that they're getting thrown into. Definitely not a board issue there.
59.
A good third dart to salvage that visit for Bradley. Something, something, double eight. Said it before, I'll say it again. Will I say it again? Actually, this is probably already again. There he goes. About 9 double eights later. Neiman Asita getting through the door here. Looked like Bradley might have been starting to mount a comeback. It was not to be. It was a little bit too late there. As it's Neiman through the door. So they haven't finished that match. So there we go. Now we'll reload this, and we have our stats. Thank you very much, stats. Let's see. Can probably also extend down these 180s because hey, they. Oh. Well, I don't know. Anyway, no maximums there, but on the stat sheet, I don't know what the heck is going on with that thing, but I'll get that fixed up before the next round of matches that we have on Thursday. Anyway, I don't know, good stuff here. Neiman, it was above their overall averaging for the doubles or for the finishing here. I think both these players were around like 16 or so on the finishing for the season coming into this one. So improving upon that. Decent enough scoring. Yeah, fun stuff all throughout. Usually I would bring this back to the booth cam, but it's not working. So we'll just do standings again. So this is the latest and greatest, I think. So yeah, indeed it is. So Neiman now with those 2 additional points on the board here, going up to 4 points. So joining Damien at 4 points total. Again, though, Neiman with a match in hand. So that's Damien through 4, Neiman through 3. And then Dan and Ryan right below them at 3 points with 2 matches in hand. Carl at 3 with 1 match in hand. Adam Pope there with 3 matches in hand with the 2 points. Who knows how this season is going to shake out here in the Bang Average League 6. So as always, I mean, it's just, yep. Oh, anyway, there's my frozen screen again. Yeah, I don't know. We'll put on some music. I'll leave it with y'all. A couple folks in the chat. Thank you all for joining us as always. Burke Pat, I see, joined us a little bit later on. Thank you for coming in. Thanks for the action as well, of course. Congra commenting on some finish line fever. Indeed. Well, that's it. Thank you all so much for joining us again. We do it every Tuesday and Thursday from 7 to 9 GMT for the Bang Average League. Every Tuesday and Thursday for 7 to 9 for the Quarantine League. Hope to see you all next time.
Thank you.